The reality is that so many of us move through life chasing goals that aren't even ours. Think about it. Whose life are you living? Are these your dreams and ambitions? Or are they ones projected onto you by your parents, society, or some unseen force? It's common for parents to want the best for their children. They see the potential in us and push us toward a path they believe will lead to success. If they struggle financially, they might insist that you aim for a high-paying job. If they missed out on opportunities, they might push you to grab every one available, sometimes to the point where you're drowning in expectations that aren't even yours. This isn't coming from a place of malice. It's rooted in love, fear, and the desire to protect you from the hardships they endured. But here's the catch. Their fears and ambitions are based on their own lives, not yours. Parents project their unfulfilled dreams, regrets, and anxieties onto us because they see us as extensions of themselves. If they didn't make it as a doctor, lawyer, or artist, they might think, well, at least my child can achieve what I couldn't. And this is where things start to break down. Because no matter how much effort you put into being what they want, you will never be enough. Why? Because it's not about you. It's about them. The truth is, you can't satisfy someone else's expectations if they're dissatisfied with their own choices. If they see your success only through the lens of their own failures, your achievements will never fill that void for them. You can be the best in your field, earn the highest accolades, and still find yourself longing for validation that will never come. The moment you're born, parents start building a story around you. It begins innocently. She's got her mother's eyes, or he's got his father's smile. But as you grow, it evolves into something more insidious. She's going to be a doctor like her dad. He's going to take over the family business. And if you start deviating from that script, if your dreams don't align with the role they've envisioned, tension builds. What happens next? Guilt. You start feeling guilty for wanting a different path, for daring to dream your own dreams, because somewhere along the line, you were made to believe that pursuing your happiness meant betraying theirs. But here's the truth. This life is yours, not theirs. Your parents had their shot. They made their choices, good and bad. Even if they felt pressured by their own parents, it was still their decision. And the life they want for you, that's their fantasy, not your reality. If you've been living under the shadow of their expectations, it's time to release yourself from that burden. Because no matter how much you achieve, no matter how perfectly you follow their plan, it will never bring the satisfaction they're seeking. That's something they have to find for themselves. It's not on you to fix them. It's not your job to heal the scars of their past. You are not here to redeem anyone's lost opportunities or regrets. Instead, your responsibility is to live your life as you. Find your own path, your own goals, and your own purpose. That's what this is all about, becoming yourself, not a reflection of someone else's desires. And here's something crucial. When you start living authentically, it might feel like a betrayal to them, like you're rejecting their sacrifices. But you're not. In fact, being truly yourself is the greatest tribute you can pay to those who came before you. You're showing them that their efforts, love, and support created a strong, independent individual who's capable of making choices, standing firm, and finding their own meaning in this chaotic world. Maybe you felt guilty for doing too well, thinking, what if I make them feel inadequate? Or maybe you felt guilty for not doing well enough, for failing to meet some invisible standard. Let that shit go. You're not here to prove or disprove anything to them. Your parents' sense of self-worth is their responsibility. Your job is to find your own worth and live in alignment with that. Here's what most people get wrong. They think surpassing their parents means making more money, having a bigger house, or earning more degrees. But true success isn't about what you own. It's about what you understand. Outgrow your parents emotionally. Surpass them in terms of psychological well-being and self-awareness. That's the real path to liberation. If you're someone who's been living in the shadow of parental expectations, it's time to walk into the light. Start asking yourself the tough questions. What do I want? What kind of life would I build if I weren't trying to make anyone proud? It won't be easy. You might feel resistance, and that's okay. You're breaking generational cycles of pressure and expectation. You're building a life on your own terms, not to please anyone, not to prove anything, but simply because it's your life to live. Remember this. You are not responsible for fixing anyone else's broken dreams. You are not a vessel for someone else's unfulfilled desires. You are you. Live fully, freely, and unapologetically. So, ask yourself, whose life am I living? If the answer isn't a resounding mine, then it's time to make some changes. Because, in the end, this life belongs to no one else but you. Make it count. Make it yours.